In the last episode, I talked about school refusal, which is actually a term that I'm not very keen on because it implies that it's willful and deliberate, whereas this session is entitled Anxiety-Based School Avoidance, which I think is more accurate really, because usually our children struggle with going to school because there's some anxiety there, because they're worried about being there for many different reasons. And so this feels a lot more compassionate, it feels a lot more accurate. And the parenting approaches, the conscious parenting approaches that I share with people are really coming from that place of compassion, that place of empathy, that place of understanding, or trying to understand what's going on in our children's world, coming from that place so that they can feel heard, they can feel understood, they can feel like you get them, they can feel like, oh, that you're on their side. Whereas refusal feels a bit akin to willful and, deliberate defiance. And, intrinsically, our children mostly actually want to be part of the tribe. They want to please us. They want to be viewing them as being manipulative or willfully, deliberately making things difficult or awkward, or it's not a great place to come from, which is why the work that I do with parents is very much around that mindset part as well, our thoughts and feelings, because when we come from a place of our children are doing this on purpose, it creates disconnection rather than connection, and misunderstanding rather than understanding. So this mindset part is so important. This and getting a sense of what's coming up for us is a really important piece of the puzzle. The work that as conscious parents, which is this is about conscious parenting, is shining a light on the parts of us that can feel triggered sometimes, that can feel so, and it's not easy. It's not easy having a child who is struggling to be in a childcare setting, or be at school, or go to nursery, or because as parents we can't always be with them all the time, and need to work and need space as well. I actually really enjoy the dynamic of my children being in a school setting, and having time to do my work, time to do things, and space apart from each other, as well as our time together. I actually really like that, and I find that works well for our family. Now, it doesn't work well for all families, but it does work well for ours. And I have experienced in our family, we've experienced anxiety around school, and that can be really, really tricky. And so being able to work through that, and in a way that is helpful, that supports our children, I think is so important. To be able to have tools to support them with why they're anxious, what is going on for them, and supporting them with that. And for some people, the best thing will be to educate at home, for children not to be in a childcare setting or school or nursery or whatever. And yeah, I love helping parents to find a way that works for everybody, so that, because ultimately as parents, we just want our children to be happy. We just want them to be happy and to be fulfilled, and for us all to be happy, for everybody to have their needs met. And if this is something that you're struggling with, I'm aware in the UK, as I'm recording this, it's at a time when children are going back to school, and that can be really difficult, especially if you've been in a situation where your children have experienced bullying, or they've experienced anxiety for a number of different reasons, or they might be going to a new school or a new setting or a new nursery or university, or there's all kinds of reasons why there might be anxiety around going. I've developed a support series called Off to School with Ease that really takes people through the steps for supporting that. But today, if you're interested in that, of course, you get in touch and we can get the information for that to you. But today I was really wanting to highlight language, and mindset, this piece of how we think about our children's struggles and difficulties for going, and not take that personally or see it as them being difficult or awkward or willful or deliberately difficult, and that part is really, really important, that mindset part, for us even to be able to come from a space where we can be supportive to help them with that anxiety. So I just wanted to speak into that really today, and if your child is in that situation, you're in that situation, do reach out.